Say you are smitten with someone you know. How would you go about telling them so? Get to know them first, or just confess outright? One, I think I agree with you. It kind of. I don't think I've ever done two really in any meaningful capacity. I think I'm always a one kind of person.
Question 2. They say that for now,
Dating's out of the question. How do you handle your rejected confession? Okay. Now, I've given the fact that I do not do confessing much myself. I've never necessarily been in this kind of situation. 3 words for you and your husband. Give up, why bother? That's also on the cards. I'm definitely a give up kind of guy, because to me, being like I can't give up has always been very much like not respecting their feelings on the matter. So it's always going to be one for me.
3. You eventually find a prospective
Okay.
soulmate. Where should they sit during your dinner date?
Sure, let them decide. I don't care.
Your partner has finished their meal before you, but you are still hungry. Now what do you do?
Speaking of chilies, I know someone who went to the emergency room after using Carolina Reaper pepper extract as lube. What? Why would they do that? Why would they... That person you know is a moron. What a psycho. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. Extract? Extract is so intense. I think we go mostly to... Honestly, if I'm being real, I'm kind of one. Although, the way I get around this usually, because this can happen, I usually go 2, and then I'm like, yeah, but do you want to hit up a dessert place? That's my play. If I'm still hungry, then I'm just gonna let it rock somewhere else.
Question 5. You and your partner's beliefs don't align. Are you upset?
Or is everything fine? I mean, it depends on the belief, right? For very low stakes things, it's sometimes boring to have people who agree with everything you think, right? I think 2, it's a very broad spectrum, right? But let's go with 2.
Question 6.
If it's low stakes, always 2.
What would you do if you heard a rumor stating that your partner's parents were against you dating?
Yo, that's so sick. That'd be so funny. It's don't worry too much, it's just a rumor. Or prepare for the worst. Personally, I'm not gonna worry. I don't care. I'm worryless.
Question 7.
Doesn't concern me.
While out at a theme park on a fun little jaunt,
Okay.
your partner points out the ride that they want. It drops down 100 meters or so.
I've actually
But heights petrify you. Do you still go?
I've actually been in this situation, because although I like roller coasters, and there is no roller coaster that I won't go on, those rides where it's just like a huge lift and then a drop, I don't like those. I don't find them fun or thrilling. I just find them horrifying. However, I have gone to a theme park with someone, and they did want to go on one of those rides. And I did go on it. So.
Question 8. When you return from finding a bench for the show, your partner is chatting up someone you don't know. Whoever they are, they look much better than you. What do you think is going on between these two?
I think I'm pretty chill with this kind of stuff. I'd assume childhood friends. I'm usually, to be honest, even if it is number 1, I'm still kind of vibing. I just don't... There's not enough time in the day to care.
Question 9. Your hunch is correct. Their
Aw.
reunion is sweet. How would you feel if they made plans to meet?
I don't care. Sure. Do what you want.
10. The clock strikes 9. The moon is bright. You take your partner home for the night. They
Oh.
linger and stare in expectation. What would you do in this situation?
This is a tough situation for me, okay? I allegedly, may or may not, allegedly, have been in this situation allegedly many, many times. And allegedly, I have never done one in that situation.
Question 11. You and your partner are in a rough patch. Each argument ends with a shouting match. The stress has been making it hard to sleep. What do you do now that you're in this deep?
This is interesting. I have to use my imagination for this one. I have not been ever really in like a relationship where things got shouty and bad, which is good for me. But you know, people are going 2, and I think that's a good idea. I'm thinking about it. I'm running the simulation in my head. I think 2 is because like there have been times I just give up on a day, and I'm like, well, time for tomorrow. Just like go to bed at like 3 p.m. It's kind of like that.
Question.
Your partner eventually spurns all your texts. What do you think caused these adverse attacks? What does spurns mean? Spurns. Spurn. Reject? Oh! Your partner doesn't return your texts. Probably because I'm a perv. I can't think of anything, or they're sick of me. I'm always 3. Always 3. Every time 3. I think 3 whenever they do respond. It can only be 3.
Question 13.
Okay, almost there.
When you visit your partner, their parents rule that their child must study and find a good school.
What? How old are
What would
they?
you do if they told you straight that it'd be for the best if you two separate?
First of all, you have to put my mind back into like teenagerhood, right? If that is a conversation, then that is something wrong is happening there. Except that they kind of have a point. Yell at them for projecting on their child. I think if we transported in time back to like 15 or whatever, definitely 1. But now, definitely 2. I'm gonna go 2.
14.
Final question.
Your partner insists that your love's no mistake, but still wants to split for their parents' sake. You hear your partner in tears through the phone. How do you handle this plight you've been thrown?
I don't know what to say. Tell them to follow their heart. I will always go number 2. I will always go number 2. Every time. This is my default. Perhaps a little wishy-washy, perhaps. A tad non-committal. But I mean, don't know what to say is even more non-committal, right? So, tell them to follow their heart.
These
Ooh,
questions were meant to
lots
be
of
geared
big
toward
numbers.
lust, but it seems you've left romance behind in the dust.
Oh, Vanitas, you've got my number. Oh, you know me. You know me better than I know myself.
No judgment, of course. You are who you are. But indulging desires can take you quite far.
Okay,
There's
I get
much
it.
to
You
enjoy
can
if
hold
you
off.
only pursue it. Be true to your ego and don't overdo it.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all for coming. I'm just trying to double check everything in my head. I've got everything in order. I believe I do. So, I'm going to start signing off here. Is there anything else I do at the end of a stream?